Awesome.
Yeah.
We're about to shift gears on Mostly Minnesota 91.7 FM in St. Paul. We are delighted to have Aeris and the Piggies here in studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're delighted to be here.
Yeah, I'm delighted. We've got Aeris, Luke, Adrian, and Neil. But now I'm going to ask each of you to just talk a little bit about how you personally got into music. Spoiler alert, I'll ask how you got together after. But just to give everybody a sound of your voices and a little bit of background on each of you.
I'll start on Aeris of the Piggies, and I've been doing music since I could reach the piano keys when I was 4. I got into concert band music in the 5th grade, and I just kind of kept picking up instruments from there. Until I learned the guitar and started writing, and I was around 16.
I'm Luke. I listened to music my whole life. It was just sort of always playing. And then I started playing guitar at some point in high school and didn't really like it that much because I couldn't figure out chords or anything, so I switched to bass. And then, we three were playing music together, me, Adrian, and Neil, in Madison with a few other people. And we just basically have been playing music together since us three.
Well, for a long time I had kind of just decided I wasn't good at doing music because I tried a few instruments when I was younger and I just never stuck with them. But then, with Luke and Neil, Luke plays bass, Neil plays guitar, and they were just jamming one day, and I started doing rhythm stuff just with bottles and spoons and things like that, and then started drumming with them and just took off from there, I guess.
I was like a piano lessons kid growing up, and I did that for a long time, although not a lot of it really stuck, and I wound up kind of enjoying more just picking up oddball instruments and trying to play them. So I learned guitar in kind of late middle, early high school, and then I played violin for a while, upright bass for a minute, and then more recently I've picked up banjo, and very recently picked up accordion. And now I can limp along with half a dozen different instruments.
Oops. People can't see this, but we're sharing 2 mics with 6 people. There's a lot of me, Cavalier, whipping the mic around the room, nearly hitting people. Thanks for that good duck. That was good. What's fun to hear about all of your stories is that all of you had some introduction to music, whether it was listening or playing, and when you were kids. And not all of those experiences were good, but now you're back to it. I think that's a lesson for many of us.
In the grand scheme of things, though, a bad experience playing music as a kid is that's still a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's maybe a story behind that.
Not so much. It's just sure, you can complain about practicing for piano lessons, but at the end of the day, you're playing an instrument.
Yeah.
Right.
And within the broad scheme of things, that's cool and that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because you didn't take piano from a nun. We'll move on.
I did have some cool teachers.
Well, and I just think that the joy of it, and would it, so for folks who have kids, give music to your kids in one form or another, and folks who had bad experiences, try again. Try again.
Yeah, it was time.
Yeah. And I warned you my follow-up. How did you all? I mean, I heard a little bit about you guys, how you were playing earlier. But Aeris, how did you get this crew all together?
So I moved back to Minnesota back in April, and I met all of these guys around the same time. They were already in a band, which I have since joined as well. But I had some songs. I write the songs for the Piggies, and we just kind of started playing on them. Eventually, we got some shows together, and the rest is history. Now we're here.
I'd like to take this moment to do our first and largest shout out of today to Danny of Sign Iris. That's who the band was before, basically. We 3 moved to Minneapolis in 2023 in the fall, and Neil started playing music with his younger brother Danny, and then eventually I joined in probably like 8 months ago, and then Aeris joined after playing additional percussion and trumpets. But the dude is like a composer. Like his music is all formulated and stuff. So he comes up with really cool stuff, and it was really fun playing with him. But he's in recording mode, so expect to hear that soon.
Sign Iris.
Sign Iris, yes.
Yeah.
You can't hear one thing on Spotify from them.
Yeah.
If you look up Sign Iris, there's a song Little Pose. It's
Little
really
Pose.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, throw that one on the feed.
We'll definitely listen to that. We're purposefully keeping the chatter a little bit. Would you do us the honor of playing a song?
Let's do it.
Could one of you play a G chord just to make sure I'm in the right ballpark?
Alright. This is called Growing Up.
I just love that. I love that the instruments together, but I like when you all sing together.
I know, I love the ending part, yeah.
It's just
Felt
very...
Very 60s, 70s type to me. But yeah, community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I have to tell folks, I saw you guys play at the White Squirrel 2 weeks ago.
About that.
Something about like that, and I thought, ooh. One, I thought Heather's gonna love them.
I know, you know me.
Heather's gonna love them. Yeah, but I mean, just the music is so. Can you tell us a little bit about that song or the songwriting process? And...
Yeah, so I wrote growing up back when I was 16, actually. And my friend at the time was leaving for college in Chicago, so it was one of the first songs I ever wrote. And so typically I played it by myself, but when I got to play it with the Piggies, I realized, wow, like this is a lot of fun, especially to play with these guys, but just to play with any band in general. And us all singing on it didn't originally happen, but now that we're kind of including Luke and Neil and Adrian more on the singing, I really, really like the sound. And I really try to keep the Piggies' mission about like community and like just happiness. Like, I really enjoy playing with them, and I think they really enjoy playing on it too.
Mm-hmm.
So we just try to keep it like light and fun as much as we can.
One, I can't believe you wrote that when you were 16, because that is some prescience to have at the age of 16, looking forward 50 years. I mean, that, I love the idea of it. But also, I think I absolutely get that feel of community. And I think that group singing, and eventually people will know the words, and you'll have people in the audience singing, but it has that kind of very welcoming feeling to it, especially when you all are playing. So that's, and see, you guys have so many songs. I'm already tempted to say, "Are you ready?"
Yeah, we could do another.
What I love is hearing the accordion in the background as we're asking some questions.
Yeah,
me too.
That puts us
Chomping
in the
at
mood.
the bit.
Puts us in the mood. But yeah, especially because you guys are so new, I'd like to play as much, if you're willing, as much
Yeah,
music
sure.
as possible,
I'd love
because
to.
that's the story.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Aeris and the Piggies on mostly Minnesota music.
This one's called Leaving.
Got my aim's a little farther from you.
I'm also backed up.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. I'll say aeris and the piggies in studio. All right, the accordion. I love that. I'm a huge fan of magnetic fields. As soon as you started playing, I was like, I feel like Stephen Merritt's in the corner. You know?
Written the 70th love song.
That would be perfect. That would be maybe they're playing that in town in April.
Okay.
2 nights of 69 love songs. Maybe you should
I'll just
campaign.
stand outside.
We'll start a campaign for you. We have a
70th.
70th song. We have a 70th song. That would be awesome.
Did you have the accordion in mind when writing this, or
The
Did-
piggies
how
really
did
like
this-
to keep surprising me. The banjo is relatively new, and the accordion's pretty new. The
3 days
acoustic
new.
bass is also pretty new. He normally plays an electric upright.
Yeah. I'm
Normally we
guessing.
have a full set too, so the shaker and the tambourine are also new.
Is that a fun challenge? Is that like bring it on, challenge accepted, or come on now?
At first I was a little reluctant, but they just keep doing so well. I'm like, well, I can't say no when you sound like that.
yeah?
You know? So it's actually been a lot of fun getting to try out new instruments and hear how that sounds on the songs. I've been more impressed than I ever could have imagined playing with this group, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks.
And so you are the main songwriter, but how collaborative is the
Oh.
final production?
Very collaborative. I kind of give them free rein to do whatever they want. Like we kind of said earlier, we all have a background in music, so I think a big part of our kind of communal vibe that we have going on is that it's not so much aeris of the piggies, it's aeris and
The piggies, yes.
And the name was actually their idea. They really wanted to be and the blanks.
Yeah.
So we were at a show one night with Neil, Luke, and I, and we were all wearing pigtails. And I looked at them and I went, aeris and the piggies? So now we all wear pigtails.
Oh,
Nice.
I love that.
I like
love
that's
that.
that's a great
Yeah.
story. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. Because you come from the industry, but some of you have come from Madison. I'm picking up on some.
Well, we went to school there. We are from Minneapolis
Area.
generally.
Yeah.
So my question really was how are you working with the industry folks? How, getting to be a community with the musicians in town.
Do we know an industry folk?
Well, I don't, musicians, and I'm always curious how people. I mean, you folks met through different bands, and
Mm-hmm.
Just friends of friends mostly.
Yeah. Or going to other shows that you want to go see, and you kind of see the same people at certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do try to support as much as we like to perform, so we go to a lot of shows together, which is nice.
Collecting ideas or hairstyles or
I mean, we did come up with the piggies at a show.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But when you go to shows, obviously, yes, you enjoy the music and stuff. But being somebody that plays, sometimes you look at it different and go, oh, a lot of dead air, or oh, this. Does something kind of get in sometimes in the
I'm
space?
taking that chord.
Yeah, or ooh, yeah, or get inspired.
Yeah, I feel like I have a tendency towards glomming onto the bass players and just kind of watching how they do what they do.
Yeah,
Because I'm mostly self-taught. YouTube can take a lot of credit for that, but yeah, it's awesome watching people who've had a whole different life from me play, and watching how even their physicality is different on the same instrument is interesting. So yeah, I feel like I do have a tendency towards just staring at that and jumping up and down a lot.
I love it.
I think for me, what I notice most about other bands that I'm seeing is you can kind of tell how much they like each other a lot of the time, and so I think that's part of what I love about this band is we were all friends first, and then we started doing music together, and I think it can be apparent in the music that we all
Absolutely.
genuinely like spending time with each other.
One of my favorite things to steal from other bands I watch is stage antic type stuff. If I see somebody doing something particularly bizarre, I'm like, okay, I'm lodging that
Yep.
one. I'll whip that one out
It's
someday.
in the vault. It's in the vault. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, the mic doesn't go that way. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, it's this chord now.
Yeah.
You know what that's a sign of? Would you play another song?
You would.
Yeah.
We cat
Aeris
song
and the
now?
Piggies?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cat song. Okay.
Your volume is actually
Sorry,
fine.
microphone.
To be worse.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And spend eternity with you.
Yay! Clap, clap, clap as I move the mic. Yay! Tell us a little bit about the cat song.
So a couple months after moving here, my cat, who I got for my 8th birthday, passed away
Oh.
at the age of 15.
Oh,
And so a little sad, but I wrote that one in my notepad during her final moments, and it was raining outside, and I hadn't actually written a song in over a year at that point, so that kind of kick-started me getting back into writing, and I eventually started writing more, and then I started playing with the piggies, so that song means a lot to me for multiple reasons.
well, what a strange but wonderful muse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what a nice testament to the memory of your loved cat.
Yeah,
That's
rest in
awesome.
peace, Petunia.
Yeah. Where do you generally get inspiration from? Just
Usually either like a specific life event or like a certain person and how they make me feel. Anything that really kind of cuts deep. I kind of use songwriting as a way to help process some of those things. So it's been very important to me since I started writing when I was around 16.
yeah, that would be a good that if every 16-year-old could write music, that would probably take the edge off a lot.
I definitely agree with that.
That would be a great therapy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be. Heather, I want you to get on that.
I have books.
Awesome. You were talking about different places and seeing bands and friends of bands and all of that sort of thing. Where are some of the? I've seen you at the White Squirrel, and that is one of the things I like about the White Squirrel is that there is a community of people who are. Some of us might be there 3 times a week, and obviously to support the bands. But where other places do you guys like to go to catch up with folks?
Pillar Forum.
Classic.
Shout out Pillar Forum. That place is great.
Mm.
331. Great. Cadence. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah,
at
you
all.
might need to come out. You might need to see him again, in fact, just in case. So Pillar Forum.
Pillar Forum up on Central. That's pretty close to where we live, and that's a really, really cool space. Cadence Records, which is kind of over here. That one's super cool.
Eagles 34.
Oh, Eagles Club
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about them is you can see 8 different kinds of music in their
Yep.
different rooms.
At the same time.
Yeah. think I was there for a noise show, and then they've got bluegrass in the back. I mean, it's just magical.
All it takes is a trip to the bathroom to like be in a whole different world.
Yeah.
Right. And the 331, of course, is great.
Mhm.
We go to First Ave and 7th
Yeah,
Street
7th Street.
for some. Oh, we went to Zora Darling for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's
Sorry,
a
move
great
this a
one.
little bit.
Yeah, we went to Zora Darling to see Shoots and our friends from Madison, the Spine Sealers. They are a 2-girl folk duo. They are awesome.
And they're going to be at the White Squirrel like next week. They're doing like an Inside Llewyn Davis tribute night at the White Squirrel. I want to say next Friday, sometime in the next week. And Spine Steelers are going to be in town for that, and they're great. You should definitely go see them.
Mhm.
That, yeah. This is where I should have the camera up above. People can see the gymnastics we are putting this microphone through. Have you got some shows coming up you'd like to talk about?
Mhm.
In any of the bands?
We have one coming up at the White Squirrel on December 20th. And so far that's just with Kevin, right? Is that
Yeah, we're playing with the White Squirrel House Band and another band that has yet to be announced.
Ooh.
It's the mystery third band on the bill. They'll be great.
Yeah.
I have no doubt. No doubt. Are you starting to think about shows for 2025? Are you thinking about recording? What are some of your next steps?
So our current goal is to have a single out by the end of this year. And we definitely want to have a couple January shows and a couple February shows on the books if we can swing that. But right now, we're kind of just locking in on recording and the show on the 20th, and we'll see what the new year brings us. But I'm excited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you'll have some stuff out there.
Mhm.
I think that'll be fantastic. What an accomplishment to have that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're still pretty new on the scene, so...
I was gonna say, when did you first get together? When was your first gig? And
Our first gig was October 12th, right?
I was gonna say, was it October or something? Yeah, that is some. Yeah.
And that was kind of a surprise one, too. That one kind of came out of nowhere. So... But
Feels like there's a story behind there you can share or not.
I'll leave that one to mystery.
Okay.
Our first real show outside of these surprise shows that we kind of picked up along the way was actually the November 18th at the White Squirrel. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
And what's so funny is, I would have said there were 6 or 7 of you on stage because the sound was so good. I mean, you all do play different instruments, but I mean, you really fill that space amazingly.
thank you.
Yeah, Heather said, "How many people are coming in?" I'm like, "I don't know, 12." Figure it out. Some can sit on the floor and some can sit on the console. It'll be all good. It'll be all good.
I feel like that's something we do end up spending a lot of time doing at practice, is just kind of thinking about our dynamics, like arrangement kind of stuff, so that we're all, spreading out in that soundscape.
Well, and I love having different instruments. I see a lot of music. 5 to 7 nights a week we'll go with. I see a lot of music, and it's always fun to see something that's different. And inherently an accordion, it's going to be different. And that makes it that makes it easier to sort of go, oh, nice, this is something.
Awakes the ear.
Yeah.
I will say, at the White Squirrel, I would not have claimed to have known how to play accordion. That's something I picked up between the White Squirrel and now.
That is amazing. I'm just that's awesome. I have friends who took accordion as kids. They're like, and then I would walk down the street and let it unfurl in hopes that it would break. That was always their story. That's a popular story in Ireland, I think, that a lot of kids. Can we have you play another song? Yeah. If we're gonna fit these in, we gotta. Yeah.
Should we do all of them?
Yeah. Do you think we got time for 3 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to do one now, or you want to do them all 3? I mean that.
Oh, I one now.
Yeah, one
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
You put that. We're perfecting the sound acoustics here.
Just for some, maybe most of the night, without proving. So have things been? Here it's just too much. Maybe not the prettiest soul I just hate to be apart. We'll talk only if you want. Always say let's just play it by ear. Anxious, nearly trapped. Anxious, but I'm Admiration so It's not what you're doing, it's just how you do it. It's not what you're saying, it's just how you feel. You're truly right, I am always wrong. We'll talk
Yay! Give the microphone. I like that one. That one has like a little undercurrent of dirge. I hear a little bit, but tell us about that. I mean, I like that. There's just something. I mean, it's very folksy. It's very, you know.
Yeah, that one I kind of, it was very, like, meditative writing process for me. I just had a lot of, like, big feelings happening at the time, and I was like, how can I gotta work through these, like, how can I do that? So, that song is just kind of a product of working my way through those.
Well, I like that idea. Only if you want.
Only
I mean,
yeah.
you know, there's some days when we tackle them, and there's some days we're like, nope.
Yeah, it's kind of I've always been a bit of, like, an anxious person, so just kind of needing that reassurance from people around me. It's kind of about that, I guess.
And I assume the music helps.
Oh yeah,
That-
for sure. I think especially like that feeling of like you finish the song, it's done, now I get to play it with people I enjoy playing with, and it's gonna sound way cooler. That feeling is just indescribable.
I'm kind of letting that sink in because that's a big deal. Because I mean, there's especially when you have anxiety and things like that. You kind of want to do for yourself for a while, but then when you know you can share it with others, and it's even better. I think that's kind of the sentiment there, is letting other people in. Because at least for me, and I know some of my kids, like the anxiety comes from sometimes from other people. You know, the fear of other people, or the you know that kind of that you don't. You never know what other people are going to do. They may show up with an accordion. But and then
banjo.
You can't get into.
exactly. You know, and then that happens, and you go, "Oh wait, that was fun."
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's. I'm looking at the clock. I'm saying, "All right, I saw we have an instrument change. Are you ready for the next song? Because we're gonna fit these in, baby."
Yeah.
All right. First, I'm gonna say, we are listening to Aeris and the Piggies on Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM in St. Paul, playing live. We're so excited.
This one's called Someone Loves You.
that is the songs that I remember hearing, and I enjoyed the music before. And I was like, oh, stop! That's going to be your top seller. This is going to get you on the Billboard charts right there. But there's just something that is so. It feels so honest about it, and just so, and everybody can relate to it, you know. Like, except my much happier friends who already have it, but you know. But even they, I think, like at some point, had that little bit of a feeling. But I mean, there just is something amazing about it. This is, yeah. Here's this. Do you guys ever think about doing videos or anything? And the reason I ask is because that just feels like it should be in a movie. That song, a lot of the songs do, but that song especially.
Yeah.
I think
It could be fun.
one of our friends is kind of into filming, so we could work with him.
Shout out Griffin.
Shout out Griffin.
Our new best friend.
Calling you out, Griffin.
Yeah, not that you don't have enough things to do,
Yeah.
but there's just something about the songs paint a picture so much that it's.
Right.
He
Or
actually
you could
did-
just.
Sorry.
No.
He did previously film a music video for us in Madison. Called Miracle Whip by Perth.
Well, tell us more.
It's about a guy and a jar of mayonnaise.
I was wondering. I was hoping because the other option would have been Stranger.
It's about a vehicle as well, like a whip, you know. But the music video, we had him hiding something in a mayo jar and just running while he sang.
Like a tracking shot. We put a dolly on the back of a bike and then had someone sitting back there filming.
It was very DIY. We our friend had taken apart Burley, those like little trailers for kids on a bike. And we put our old card tape on top of that and zip tied it, and then had a cameraman sitting there.
Oh my gosh.
So
For the record, we put my great grandmother's card tape on top of the Burley, and then flew down the street with it.
yeah.
MacGyver skills.
MacGyver skills. Also, I'm like, so you get nervous about what you might be, what that dolly might be following you doing.
They always keep me on my toes.
I think that's fantastic. Well, I think that's something that you should think about.
Yeah.
Just think about.
I think that'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have time for one more. Did we make it?
Yep.
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 All
Oh,
right.
sweet.
Aeris and the Piggies.
This one's called Guess I'm Just Grateful.
Oh, perfect for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
You ready?
Yes.
I
That was awesome. Out of the pocket.
You should. I had to change my outfit because of that. I had it hiding in a button earlier, and then it fell.
That's amazing. That's the kind of showmanship we need more of in the studio. We're gonna have to up our game.
I know. I feel that.
When are you bringing a harmonica?
I need to practice.
We'll
again
start with a
because-
kazoo.
Yeah. Every time I did it before, my dog would howl.
Oh yeah.
So then I was like, "Am I hurting him?" But I looked it up, and he's just mimicking.
He's singing along.
Yeah. So yes, we'll bust it out.
It would be Heather and the doggies.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Cool.
That'd be awesome. Guys, thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thank
filling
you.
our
Sweet.
Yeah.
room with beautiful music and great
Yeah.
chatter.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yes, let folks know where they can find you online, please.
We currently only have an Instagram. It's at aeris and the piggies, all lowercase, no spaces or anything.
Spell it out for
I
us.
was.
Oh,
Thank you.
Aeris is spelled AERIS, and the piggies. Piggies is spelled PIGGIES.
And the
And
And the.
And
ANDTHE.
That part's in the middle.
Now,
Yeah.
now, if these were Scrabble words, how many points would you? And you got the show coming up December 20th.
Yep, December 20th
Yes.
At the White Squirrel.
Mhm.
So that is a great place for folks to see you play live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be looking forward
the
to the new
recording.
single
Yeah.
coming out before the end of the year.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
So
you guys
much.
for
That
having
was
us.
so fun.
We had a blast.
Yeah. What are we gonna play next, Heather?
we have Dovetail and Cabin by the Last Rebel.
Thank you.